We all know now Cristiano Ronaldo is returning to Manchester United. He will wear the famous number 7 shirt that he has now pretty much branded as himself, CR7. But really interesting, Cass, on the back pages of some of the papers today, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been talking about his arrival at Old Trafford. And he has said now, with Ronaldo joining the club, it means his side now, currently, are better than the team Solskjaer won the treble with in 1999. Now, there might be some people right now scoffing and thinking, what? How can someone say that who won a treble with Manchester United under Sir Alex Ferguson? And in a way, it puts a lot more pressure now on Solskjaer for him even suggesting that his team currently is better than the team of 1999.
Yeah, well, obviously a lot of people will take that with a pinch of salt because they'll say, well, you have to win. No, but you have to win things if you're that good. I can always remember the Brazil team of 82. It's one of the best Brazil teams I've ever seen. And yet won nothing. You know, is it as good? I mean, look, it's very exciting, but there's trophies to be had. And if you can't achieve them goals, look, if you're bringing Ronaldo in to the football club, that's only with one reason: to win things. It is to do the final push of a plan that Ollie would have had. It has sort of diverted to a different direction because it had a younger element to it. We're bringing in Sancho, seeing Daniel James coming in. Now he's left. You know, Rashford, you don't hope to think that he would have improved and hasn't really. Had a bit of a difficult season last year. So there is a sort of side story to it. But we're bringing Ronaldo in. There's only one goal. It's to achieve the ultimate, to go and win trophies, to be, at least making semi-finals of the Champions League, or even final and going on beyond that. But they are exciting. I won't deny that because Ronaldo's one of the best, if not the best player that's ever played the game.
But it is bold of Solskjaer to say that his team now is better than the team that won a treble.
Yeah, I don't know now. What have you turned it on the flip side of that and you said, well, asked him the question, do you think you should win things with this team? And he'd say, absolutely, you have to. If I'm bringing in Ronaldo and the team I've invested in, and
that's where
you
stop. Yeah, you don't then say, and it's better than the team that won the treble.
Yeah, but there are
such fantastic circumstances as we know in that Champions League final, for example.
Yeah, well, if you look at that treble, and I don't want to have Man United fans going crazy at me by this, but you won a semi-final in the cup with 10 men and a sort of a bizarre, crazy Ryan Giggs in the semi-final at Villa Park. Yeah. Them sort of things. You certainly could have lost the Champions League final because Bayern Munich had enough chances to make it 2 or 3. Didn't take them and United punished them. That happens in sport. You can be on the right end of a result, but the performance didn't really justify a win that particular night. I've watched the Champions League final in 99 a few times. It could easily have gone 2 or 3-0. Easily. I mean, Janka got through and is hit the bar and Schmeichel's literally he's planted to the floor, like it's over his head. He can't do anything. It's small margins sometimes. But United have always had something, and certainly had it with Fergie, that in any scenario they could get over the line and win a game, and they did.
I suppose the question is, how does
have this team got that?
Well, we have
to
They could be
as good. They could be as good or, show as brilliant as they could be. Could they be that type of team? I don't know. That's something very special that Fergie's teams had, especially that particular one, that they found a way. And in sport, there are people, whether it's golf or basketball, football, some teams find a way.
Well, Solskjaer reportedly has said that Ronaldo is the final piece of the jigsaw then for this United side, which means he now believes it's pretty much a complete team that can hopefully, he thinks, go on and challenge for titles, and not just challenge but win titles, because that's what he has to do now. But the question is, if we're going to compare the team of 99 to this current squad of Manchester United players, it'd be interesting to get your take. So let's start, shall we, in goal. Schmeichel or De Gea?
Schmeichel.
See, I mean, that's a given already.
That's an easy one.
I know. All right.
You've got a bit more challenging one there.
Yapstam or Harry Maguire?
Yapstam didn't do long enough. I think Harry, if I'm going to think in the future, I would go just Harry.
Okay, just Harry.
Just Harry, because I think he's somehow been made a little bit of a scapegoat in some people's eyes, that he hasn't done that well, and I actually think he's done really well for United.
Okay.
They'd definitely improve with him in there anyway.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Paul Scholes or Paul Pogba?
Scholes.
Okay, interesting. Cavani or Sheringham?
Oh,
Millwall friend. Going down that route.
Very similar. Very similar in the way they play the
asking.
game. I'll go Ted.
That's because it's just your mate.
Yeah, but he came on as a sub.
Yeah, but we're talking
you
about
haven't said York or...
No, all right. Well... But in terms, this is just
Ted,
because I wanted to put Sheringham in the picture.
I go Ted.
Teddy. All right. Who else shall we mention? What about?
Shouldn't it have been Fernandes or Scholes instead of Pogba?
Well, yeah, all right. Could have gone down that route. I
still
suppose.
say Scholes.
Well, I think most people would still go with Scholes. What about Keane or Fernandes?
Without a doubt, Keane.
See, at the moment, it's all going towards the team of 1999.
Like I said, when I talked about teams that win things, and, if you talk about the team, the Ryder Cup team, and Medina, and they won the Ryder Cup, that they did things like United did in the final of 99, came from obscurity to win a tournament.
All right, what about Aaron Wan-Bissaka or Gary Neville?
Oh, really close. I'd probably go... I say it's close because I think, again, a bit like Maguire, Wan-Bissaka is very underrated in his defensive qualities. But Gary won so much. Just Gary.
And what about Dennis Irwin or Luke Shaw?
Oh, I'm very biased on this one.
I know you are.
He's the best fullback I see at Old Trafford for many years, so Irwin wins hands down.
Yeah. That was just a sample of some of the team selections. We haven't even
if this
about
team, Natalie,
others.
if this team goes on and does, some of the goals that Ollie thinks they're capable of winning, then you could argue a case for a lot of these players, but they haven't.
Yeah.
They potentially have got the chance to prove it.
It's the potential of the squad, isn't it,
Yeah.
really? And you're quite right. You
Giggs or Martial. Or Giggs and Rashford, or
Sancho.
Well, yeah, Sancho's more the right side. But if you're going to, Giggs is going to win all day long.
Yes, yeah,
against any of the left side.
But this is it, isn't it? It's difficult when they're the youngsters in the squad to compare to the team of 99. But very interesting, nonetheless, with a bit of pressure that Ole's putting on himself.
It's a little bit of a crossroads moment for Ole because there is a bit of a price, and David Walsh speaks about this in the Times this morning, where some of the younger element are going to suffer because Sancho, Mason Greenwood, Daniel James has left, Rashford is there. One if not two of them could be left out of the team because Ronaldo's come into it, so it's gone a slightly different direction.
Yeah, and it's not only that; it's the impact of Ronaldo with Fernandes because we know Fernandes likes to take penalties and free kicks, and it does. Of course, it's going to have a massive impact on the team. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will hope it'll have a positive team. But
Weekend Sports Breakfast with Natalie Sawyer and Tony Cascarino, Sunday mornings from 6 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.